So hello everyone, welcome back to 1000 plus expected MCQ series for RBI Grade B Phase 1 exam. So let's start our session. As you know, this is our third session. Part 1 is done, part 2 is done, and now we are starting our third session. So as usual, we will start our discussion by looking at the first question. So let all the students join in. Why we are doing this session, guys? To let you know that we have launched GA MCQ batch in which we are covering 2000 MCQs for GA, PIB, government schemes, finance current affairs, RBI circulars, and that course is now live. The course is starting from 16th of August. So therefore, make sure you join that course. Here we are just starting to these lectures or this series which we have started. This we have started so that you understand how these lectures are being taken. Okay, shall we start solving the questions? Which of the following statement regarding Kisan Credit Card KCC is or are correct? KCC is to be issued within 30 days from the receipt of completed application. KCC scheme was introduced in 1998 for farmers to empower them to purchase agricultural products and services on credit at any time. KCC has been extended to farmers doing allied activities including animal husbandry, dairying and fisheries. Options given are 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2 only 3. Try to answer. Okay, Yogesh is saying 2 and 3. See, I hope that you are knowing that, see, for phase 1 RBI Grade B exam, I hope your practice for quant reasoning is going on well. So all the game depends on practicing quant and reasoning, right? For GA purposes, there is only one solution, and I am going to just tell you after you solve this question. The only headache which remains in phase 1 examination is GA, and this GA I am talking about, it is important for phase 1 as well as it is important for phase 2, because in phase 2 also MCQs will be there, and in those MCQs ESI current affairs is there, finance current affairs is there, government scheme, finance and banking current affairs, RBI circulars are there. So GA is actually the current affairs वो दिखता नहीं है RBI Grade B phase 1 exam में, पर वो बहुत important है. So let's start to look at our answer. Our answer is 2 and 3 only. Now why 2 and 3? Here the options which were asked were which are correct. देखो second correct है, 1998 में ही KCC यहाँ पर launch किया गया था. Why KCC was launched? It is a credit card which is given to farmers ताकि वो emergency situation में rather than falling into informal lending practices, they can use that Kisan Credit Card for buying of any product and services. दूसरी चीज, it has been extended to the farmers who are doing allied activities like animal husbandry, dairying as well as fisheries. Even recently allied activities like your apiculture also they have been extended. You got this? You understood this? So let us try to see why first statement was wrong. Okay, so hassle-free credit is provided to the farmers. That's the main motto of KCC. Introduced in 1998, that's correct. Okay, now if I try to tell you, the first statement is wrong because KCC is issued not within 30 but 14 days from the receipt of completed application. Once you complete the application, submit it, then definitely in 14 days you will have Kisan Credit Card in your hand. Okay, so easy solution for the credit facility availability. So now very important thing for you, for all the students who are thinking and taking tension of general awareness in phase 1 as well as phase 2 exam. Overall, let us try to break down the current affairs which comes in phase 1 and phase 2 exam. PIB news, very very important. This PIB news is nothing but in phase 1 it can be called as international and national news. In phase 2 this can come in form of government initiatives or PIB news. Okay, then comes government schemes. It is important for phase 1 also, important for phase 2 also. Finance and banking current affairs, important for phase 1 also and important for phase 2 also. RBI circulars, important, very very important for phase 2 and also important for phase 1. and GS static only important for phase 1. These questions will not come in phase 2. Okay, so in this way, this is your overall current affairs. Now there are various cases of candidates which they are facing challenge in overall preparation of GA. Current affairs prepare करने के लिए क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम होते हैं? First, unavailability of notes. Notes are not properly available. Second, the important topics in current affairs. Current affairs is like a huge ocean, and how to cover all the current affairs of last 6 to 8 months? We even don't know which are the most important topic and which are not important, right? Are you going to do all? That would be very difficult, and that is why there are 2 important courses which we have launched for RBI Grade B phase 1 examination, especially for current affairs. So this is our revision pack for all the regulatory exams, in which you will get 3 magazine for 6 months, that is January 2024 to August 2024. You will get 3 magazines. One magazine would be your PIB magazine. One magazine would be your government scheme magazine, and one magazine would be your current affairs or pure static GA magazine. This PIB magazine, one only magazine, will have all the current affairs from January 2024 to August 2024. This government scheme magazine will have the PIB news, and the this government scheme magazine will have government schemes from January 2024 to August 2024, and this current affairs or GA magazine will have static GA from January 2024 to August 2024. 3 magazines, these are downloadable PDFs. That means you can directly download these PDFs, have with you, and revise last 6 to 8 months of current affairs. One shot revision solution we are giving to you through this revision pack. How to get this pack? Simple. Go on Oliveboard website, go on in the test section. In Oliveboard you can go. So let me show you. So go on Oliveboard website. Once you go on Oliveboard website, you can go in regulatory section. Regulatory bodies का separate section है. Okay, 50% off is going on all our regulatory bodies exam. So choose any of the course. It may be your phase 1 selection batch, which will help you for quant, reasoning, English, GA completely. It may be our recently launched courses, crash courses. Go and check out whatever exam you are preparing and connect with our counselors. Now, once you come to here, you can see here, this is our regulatory section. So here, regulatory section, you are there. In this, you go in test. Once you go in test, okay, once you go in test, you click on RBI Grade B as you are preparing for RBI Grade B. And once you go in RBI Grade B, here, any of phase 1 test, when you will click, above the test only here, regulatory revision PDF, current affairs schemes, PIB included will come. Get now, it's at only 999, where all 6 to 8 month current affairs, which includes PIB, government scheme, and your current affairs, will be provided to you in 3 magazines only. 3 magazines, one-stop solution, all 6-month current affairs covered, right? Similarly, if you are a student who requires practicing MCQs, if you are a student who thinks that I need to practice MCQs, then for all the students, as you are in this special session, you are expected that you require 2000 MCQs for GA specifically, which will be expected in the exam. And if you want them that they should be covered before your RBI Grade B phase 1 exam, then rather than depending on these YouTube sessions, this is your complete course. It starts on 16th of August. It is GA MCQ batch in which 2000 MCQs will be covered. 1000 MCQ sessions will be taken for ESI current affairs, including PIB and government scheme by Lakshmi ma'am. 600 MCQs for general awareness by Pooja ma'am. 500 MCQs for banking and finance by your Aditya sir. Enroll now. For each class you will get downloadable notes also. All these MCQs are definitely available to you. This is completely a live batch. No recordings, complete live batch. So make sure you don't miss this particular GA MCQ batch. As this 1000 expected MCQ series on YouTube we are doing, ये अभी बंद हो जाएगी कुछ दिनों में. I'm just doing it so that we were able to touch various students and let you all know कि हमने ये batch यहाँ पर आपके लिए it is been made available. So how to check this out again? अगर आप Oliveboard की इस particular batch को check out करना चाहते हैं, again go on our website. Okay, so go on RBI website, go on Oliveboard's website. Once you go on Oliveboard's website, go in the regulatory section. In the regulatory section, once you go, the first row is only of RBI courses. And in RBI courses, here is your dedicated course. This is RBI Grade B Phase 1 GA MCQ Batch 2000 MCQs. You can click here. See, here starts at 16th of August. Already 50% off is going on. So 40 plus live lectures in which 2000 MCQs will be covered and all GA topics will be covered here from RBI circular, PIB, government scheme, everything. If I try to subscribe, already 50% off is going on. The course is at 50% only at 1200 rupees. So definitely go and check out the course. Now again, the level of the questions, how the level of the questions are going to be, then the level is going to be this. Such type of good quality questions will be there in that MCQ course. The scheme, National Savings Certificate Scheme, was launched by Department of Economics Affairs, Ministry of Finance, to promote cultural long savings among individuals. Which reference to above mentioned scheme, which of the following statements are correct? So National Saving Certificate Scheme was launched and certain statements are given. We have to find which are correct. Under National Saving Certificate Scheme, the interest is compounded annually but paid at maturity. The maximum deposit limit under above scheme is 15 lakhs and National Saving Certificates cannot be placed with the banks for loan facility. Try to answer. Answer, guys. Go and check out the GA MCQ batch, guys. 2000 MCQs, you will get nowhere. There is no such MCQ batch for current affairs specifically for this year's RBI Grade B Phase 1 exam. We are the only platform which is providing in this last 20 days 2000 MCQs to you. So the answer here is very simple. It's only one. Now, why 2 and 3 are wrong? Let us look at it. So why 2 and 3 are wrong? The maximum deposit limit, the account matures in 5 years and there is no maximum deposit limit. Okay. So there is no limit. It's not, the second statement was more saying that the limit is about 15 lakhs, but no, there is no limit. Other thing is that one of the very important thing, loan facility available by pledging with the bank. So loan facility is available for pledging. And one more additional point is any individual who is resident in India can avail the benefit under this scheme. Very, very important. So the first statement was only correct. That is, interest is compounded annually but paid at maturity. So here, deposit shall mature on completion of 5 years. Okay. So that's the overall answer. That is one only. Okay. So no maximum deposit limit, 5-year maturity period. Okay. Compounded annually but paid at maturity. Next question, Center for Development of Telematics, C.DOT, okay? A public funded research institution focused on telecom technology by Government of India at Mobile World Congress 2024 at Barcelona in Spain announced plans to collaborate with company X to establish strategic partnership that will foster innovation in India and support India-based developers and startup working in innovation products and use cases. The company X will support C.DOT with expertise and best practices, state-of-art technology, intellectual property training tools for enabling Indian startups, academia, OEMs and fast-tracking development and commercialization of indigenous telecom products. Identify the company X which we are talking about: Microsoft, Alphabet, Meta, Qualcomm, Snapdragon. So see guys, there is a great opportunity. Because of Independence Day only we are providing 50% off. Otherwise in the regulatory bodies exam for all of our courses कभी 50% off होता नहीं है. It's always 30-35% off ही होता है कभी भी. Okay, max to max 40% off मिलता है. Now is a great chance and last mile preparation is going on. So therefore choose your apt courses which you require. Magazines are available in the regulatory revision PDFs. Your GA MCQ batch is also there. Both of courses, how to go and avail those courses I have shown on the website. So do check them out. Snapdragon is your wrong answer. Qualcomm is your correct answer. So here if you see, Qualcomm technology will support C.DOT with expertise of best practices, that is state-of-art technology. Here like Maharshi Rehman RC, he gave Snapdragon as an answer. That's wrong guys. So Center for Development of Telematics, that is CDOT, which is a public funded research institution for telecom technology. This is very, very important, considering that even Mobile World Congress 2024 took place in Barcelona. Qualcomm Technology was the organization or company with which the collaboration was done. Okay, it is a subsidiary of Qualcomm, incorporated to establish strategic partnership and foster innovation in India. The main thing on which they are working is, of course, to give the digital support to the Indian startups, okay, and telecom products. Next, under the current norms, last revised in 2005, banks are required to maintain a net non-performing asset NNPA ratio of up to what? Of up to what? Dash. Let us call this as A. To qualify declaring dividends. However, Reserve Bank of India has proposed a revision which mandates that a commercial bank should have a minimum total capital adequacy of B dash % to be eligible for declaring dividends. The guidelines have been reviewed in light of implementation of Basel III standards and revision of prompt corrective action framework. 7%, 11.5%, 8%, 7.5%, 4%, 16%, 5%, 14%, 7%, 10.5%. So the answer here, Yogesh has given the answer, okay, and that answer is correct actually, because the answer is 7%. So NNPA ratio is of 7% to qualify, and if you see capital adequacy, that eligibility is 11.5%. Let us read it very carefully. Even if the text is small, I will tell you what are the important things. Okay, so the prevailing norms which are updated in 2005, every bank should have NNPA ratio up to 7%. Remember this very, very carefully, because I 100% think there is a question from this particular topic. Reserve Bank of India has proposed banks which are having net non-performing asset, that is NNPA ratio less than 6% to declare their dividends. ये बहुत important point है. Second, now RBI has given new guidelines from 2025 onwards. Now what are those? First thing is that all the guidelines have been reviewed in the light of Basel III norms and prompt corrective action norms. Okay. Second thing is that commercial bank with a minimum total capital adequacy of 11.5% only will be eligible to declare dividends, while same for small finance bank and payment banks is 15%. For local bank, local area banks and regional rural banks, it is 9%. Remember, this percentage is very, very important. Okay. Not only that, if you look at the proposal of increasing the upper ceiling on dividend payout ratio, which is the ratio between amounts of dividend payable in a year and the net profit, to 50% of its net NPA, which is 0 from earlier ceiling of 40%. So 40% की ceiling अब 50% हो चुकी है. So these are all the things which are very, very important. Other than that, Reserve Bank of India shall not entertain any request of ad hoc dispensation on declaration of dividend. ठीक है, very, very important. खास करके जो numbers है, digits है, उनको जरूर read करना. Okay, next. Alternative investment funds have been seen in financial newspaper recently. With respect to alternative investment fund, which of the following statements are correct? AIF means any fund established or incorporated in India which is privately pooled investment vehicle. Privately pooled investment vehicle. ठीक है, ये correct है guys. First statement is correct. AIF collects funds from sophisticated investors, whether Indian or foreign, for investing it in accordance with defined investment policy for the benefit of its investor. ठीक है, second I feel it may be correct, but the second, accordance of defined investment policy, I am having little bit doubt there. Category 2 of alternative investment fund includes funds which invest in startup, early stage ventures, social ventures, small and medium enterprises, infrastructure, other sectors which the government or regulators consider socially or economically desirable. What they have asked which statements are correct. I personally feel 1 and 3 are correct, and even 2 also should be correct, but no, second is not correct. That's the thing. I had doubt related to the defined investment policy. Let us see what is wrong. So second is the answer here. 1 is correct. It is a private pool. 3 is correct. Category 2, when we are talking about, it is including funds. Okay, it is including funds for startups and early stage social ventures. Let us see what is the correct answer. Alternate investment fund means established or incorporated in India. It is a privately pooled investment. ठीक है, ये यहाँ पर doubt clear हो गया. No scheme of alternate investment fund shall have more than 1000 investors. ये clear हो गया. Category 1 of alternate investment fund includes these startups, early stage ventures, etc., etc. Okay, and here they can invest it in accordance with defined investment policy for benefits of its investors. Okay, I think here the options were somewhat wrong. I think here 1 and 2 will be the answer. 1 and 2 is the correct answer here. Here option is wrong. The third will be wrong because category 2 here is written, whereas for alternate investment fund category 1 is startups, SMEs, etc., etc. So here answer will come. First is correct, second is also correct, third is wrong because category 2 नहीं, category 1 आएगा. Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority APEDA is a statutory body under administrative control of Department of Commerce, which has been providing financial assistance to exporters of agriculture and processed products, including food grains, components such as development of export infrastructure, quality development, market development under its scheme, namely Agriculture and Processed Food Export Promotion Scheme of APEDA. The Agriculture and Processed Food Export Development Authority was established by government under APEDA Act passed by Parliament. APEDA came into force in which of the following years? 1995, 1996, 1986, 1999, and here 1975 has been written as a fifth option. Tell me the answer here. See guys, if such questions you want to practice, but you want to practice in bulk, 100 questions, 50 questions, 60 questions, then definitely you have to compulsorily join GA MCQ batch which we have launched. Okay? Because such batch giving 2000 questions for the students and that also free, that is not something anybody will be doing. Okay? Because it also requires a lot of effort guys, and faculties are taking out their time so that they provide you 2000 MCQs in just 40 lectures. So you think about it. So the answer here is 1986, which is correct. That is when APEDA was established. Very simple, no need to discuss these things. Very easy. Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana is a flagship scheme for Government of India. The scheme facilitates microcredit loan up to 10 lakh to income generating micro enterprises encouraged in non-farm sector, in manufacturing, processing, trading, service sector. Mudra also supports financial intermediaries to extend loans to non-corporate, non-farm sector, income generating activities to micro and small entities. The loan under Mudra scheme can be availed only through which of the following? Public sector bank, private sector bank, state operative cooperatives, rural banks from regional sector, and financial companies other than bank. Very important, very tricky. Very important and very tricky. Okay, 5, all of the above, one student is saying answer. The answer is correct because loans under Mudra can be availed only through banks and lending institutions which are, एक तो public sector banks, private sector banks also, state operative cooperative banks also, rural banks from regional sector also, institution offering microfinance also, and financial companies which are different from banks also. So all will be your correct answer. Recently, January 2024, Reserve Bank of India has issued directions on internal ombudsman for regulated entities. In this regard, which of the following statements are correct? So, the directions are applicable to credit information companies also, first thing. Second, internal ombudsman shall not be over 70 years of age after completion of tenure. Regulated entities may appoint more than one internal ombudsman depending on volume of complaints received by them to ensure continuity of operations during absence of internal ombudsman. Options are 1 only, 2 only, 3 only, 1, 3 only, and none of the above. You have to find which of the following statements are correct. Try to find the answer. Answer guys, very quickly, come on. So the answer here is, so the answer here is 4, okay. Yeah, so the answer here is 4, which is 1 and 3 only. Correct is asked, so 1 and 3 only. Let us see. These directions are issued with a view to strengthen internal grievance readdressal mechanisms within regulated entity. The directions integrate and update the erstwhile internal ombudsman schemes issued by Reserve Bank of India, non-banking financial institutions, non-bank system participants, and credit information companies. Ombudsman shall not be over 70 years. So, second statement is here. The internal ombudsman shall not be over 70 years of age after completion of tenure. So this is correct. Why the option is wrong then? Then second will be correct guys, I think. Answer key is second will be correct, okay? Second will be correct, okay? Yes, so 70. The internal ombudsman shall not be over 70 years of age before completion of tenure. Regulated entity may appoint more than one internal ombudsman depending on volume of complaints received by them to ensure continuity of its operation. The third point is may appoint more than one internal. So third is also correct, second is also correct. Third is also correct, second is also correct. And the first point was the directions may be applicable to credit information companies. That is also correct. So here answer will come, all are correct. All are correct here. So all the options are correct. So internal ombudsman before the completion of tenure. Yes, the word before the completion and after the completion. Guys, all are not correct here. Correct. इसका answer 4 ही आएगा. It means the answer is 1 and 3 only. So first statements, these directions are applicable to credit information companies, NBFC, NBPS, other banks, correct. Third statement, that more than one internal ombudsman can be like appointed, that's also correct. The second, where even Yogesh has been confused, okay, and Maharishi because of that also got confused. Yogesh ne correct the answer, Maharishi got confused. The internal ombudsman shall not be over 70 years of age before the completion of tenure. अरे tenure अपना complete होने से पहले, so before 70 years he should not be 70 years old before his completion of tenure. So not after the completion of tenure. After tenure complete होने के बाद वो कितने भी age का हो, हमें क्या है उससे, right? So yes, after completion no sense ना. If he is completing the tenure, why do we care कि वो 70 years of age है, 90 years of age है, okay? But try to look at it. See, again I will tell you very minute thing that after was replaced by before. But this is the level which we are trying to maintain. Anybody, if he is trying to solve the question, he can fall into this trap. Even I didn't understood that a small word has been replaced. Okay, because 70 years I also thought nothing is wrong here, but before and after replacement has been done. Okay, so what is the answer here? It's 2, that is 1 and 3 only. 7 here the statement is wrong because ombudsman shall not be over 70 years of age before the completion of tenure. Apna tenure, if the tenure is 5 years, okay, or whatever the tenure is, during that tenure he should not be 70 years old, he should be young than 70 years. To provide further impetus to TReDS platform, their scope of activity is proposed to be expanded as per recent news. These measures will help in further improving cash flows of MSMEs. As per the changes, which of the following statements are correct? Insurance facility will now be permitted on TReDS. All entities, institutions eligible to undertake factoring business under Factoring Regulation Act will be permitted to participate as financiers in TReDS. And secondary market operations will now be disabled on TReDS platform to encourage liquidity in primary market operations. What's the answer here? Oliveboard plays with these words in mini mocks too. Yes, but see, what is the intention here? Even in our GA MCQ course also, we are taking the same questions which are made by our mock experts only. Faculties are taking the questions from mock experts. So what is the main aim here? That when you are going through the questions, the practice is of difficulty also, of concepts also, and of such peculiarities also, which gives the actual experience to the candidate of real RBI Grade B exam. So the answer here is 1 and 2 only, because third is wrong. The secondary operations secondary market operations when we are talking about, those are not disabled but actually enabled on TReDS platform. Okay, so this is one of the thing. So when you are looking at all the statements, insurance facility will be now available on TReDS. Very, very important. Now one more thing, remember this very carefully. According to insurance company, now accordingly as insurance facility is available on TReDS, now 4 people are there who can participate on TReDS. First is insurance companies, MSME sellers, MS buyers and financiers. Earlier sellers, buyers and financiers were there. Now even insurance companies will be there. All entities and institutions eligible to undertake factoring business under Factoring Regulation Act will be permitted to participate as financiers in TReDS. So very important statement. And lastly, secondary market operations are enabled on TReDS platform. 10th, as part of World Meteorological Day celebrations, METOC, that is Meteorological and Oceanographic Seminar, Meghayan 24 was conducted by the School of Naval Oceanology and Meteorology, SNOM, and Indian Naval Meteorological Analysis Center at Southern Naval Command on 28 March 2024. The seminar was based on the theme dash as promulgated by WMO for 2024. Together for our planet, at the front line of climate action, together for implementation, putting nature, people, lives and livelihood at the heart of climate action, time for action. The answer here is at the front line of climate action. So the theme is at the front line of climate action. Okay. Yes, at the front line is the. So with this we will end the session here, guys. And as I told you, please just go and check out your 2 courses which I just told you. First is RBI Grade B Phase 1 GA MCQ batch, in which we are covering 2000 MCQs in this last 20-25 days. This is our promise. Whatever questions of the level which we are taking right now, the same questions but in bulk will be taken, 50-50, 100 MCQs, and we will try to finish MCQs as fast as possible. Other thing is that if you are a student who requires revision magazines, then revision pack for regulatory exams has been launched. 3 magazines, each for 6 months, PIB, current affairs and government scheme have been launched. Go and check it out on our platform. Thank you very much and see you next time.